And we're going to start with the biggest and most important news coming out of Algorand. Check out this clip by Folks Finance that talks about the Wormhole native token transfers that just come to Algorand.
Today is the launch of NTT, which is Wormhole's native token transfer protocol. Folks has been working on developing this in collaboration with Wormhole and Algorand. Essentially what this is going to unlock is the ability for a token that's on Algorand or on other chains to be natively interoperable between different networks. So for example, instead of having a wrapped or derivative version of a token, which is what historically has been the norm in crypto, you would have, for example, ETH and then wrapped ETH. With NTT, you can have that same token have the same standard across multiple networks. This is much better from a user experience point of view, makes things smoother. It completes the liquidity of an asset in a much more efficient way.
That's a breakdown of what exactly Wormhole is. Wormhole is very important for connecting blockchains and getting rid of the clutter, which is the wrapped versions of tokens, all the different things that confuses people. If you're using ETH on Base or Ethereum or Arbitrum, whatever blockchain, Algorand, you just want to use ETH. You don't want all the other letters connected to Ethereum. So if you're using Algorand and then you want your Algorand to be on ETH, you want it to be on Base or something like that, Solana, we can make that happen. That's what Wormhole is saying. Folks Finance in partnership with Algorand Foundation and Wormhole has made that happen. This is the biggest step that Algorand has made for interoperability. Over time, people have been talking about CCIPT or something like that. That's the one that Chainlink is using and doing. However, there were other options. Wormhole is that the other option. Wormhole is legit, backed by some of the biggest companies, BlackRock's, Apollo's, VanEck, Securitize, AMD, Google Cloud. They're like getting used and backed by these things, right? So Wormhole is the leading interoperability platform connecting traditional finance and the internet economy. And then, a platform that everyone is using is very positive for Algorand. Native token transfers make any token natively multi-chain. Queries pull any on-chain data on demand. Messaging build your custom multi-chain protocol. So, they're doing their thing with this one. Uniswap's most used multi-chain protocol, obviously. Wormhole was the only unconditionally approved cross-chain protocol by Uniswap's Bridge Assessment Committee's security experts. Very trusted. Security at the core. Wormhole Guardians, that's by 19 validator nodes. Governor and global accountant provided by Gateway. Continuous audits, fully open source. Contributions to industry-wide security, $5 million bug bounty. So they're checking their bases. 1+ billion messages sent, 200+ applications built that use the messaging, 6 runtime supported, and 30+ blockchain supported. Wormhole supported blockchains. Here we are. A fully integrated chain can use cross-chain dApps, decentralized applications, to send and receive tokens and NFTs. It can also publish and verify messages to and from the network, meaning developers can utilize the full suite and power of Wormhole. So you got Akala, Algorand, obviously. That's the whole point of this post here, this statement. Aptos, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, Blast, BNB Chain, Celestia, Cello, Dimension, Ethereum, Phantom, Injective, Karubora, Clayton, Mantle, Moonbeam, Near, Neutron, Polkadot, Osmosis, Optimism, Oasis, Polygon, Provenance, PiNet, SEDA, Solana, Snacks Chain, Side, Scroll, Sui, Stargate, and there's more. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a big fan of Osmosis over the years. Osmosis has been using it for a while. It makes it so smooth, so clear of what you're trading, what you're using. It's a no-brainer that Algorand is now in the system, which means Algorand can plug in back and forth natively to these chains. So if you drop a token, a coin on Algorand, you can easily get it to Near, Neutron, Osmosis, Optimism, Mantum, Cello, Injective, and whatnot. So power play there. Now, the one who led the way, got to give them their shout outs, Folks Finance. This is the platform. Lend, borrow, stake, trade. Folks Finance is a community-driven, decentralized platform providing permissionless DeFi tools across multiple networks. Let that sink in. Folks Finance is, as they say, one of the last hopes of Algorand's DeFi community, DeFi network. Folks Finance has 132 million TVL locked. It's available on Algorand, Avalanche, Ethereum Base, BNB, Arbitrum, Polygon, and Monad. And then Folks Finance products, X-Chain. Y'all let me know how you feel about X-Chain. But move between blockchains with ease, deposit and borrow assets across multiple networks using Folks as your portfolio hub. So you go to Folks, click on the X-Chain, say you make a deposit on Ethereum, you can withdraw something on Base. You can deposit on Avalanche and withdraw on Arbitrum. That's how it works, back and forth. Borrow, lend, stake, earn some yields. USDC is flooded through there. Then you have the OG app, which is the Algorand app. Experience a full DeFi suite from Algorand's largest protocol, lending, borrowing, liquid staking, loan looping, DEX aggregator, and more. Over on the Algorand app, borrow, lend, obviously, liquid staking, because they have staking going on right now via node running, earn you, 3, 4, 5%. Liquid staking. You can take out a loan, loop it, borrow more to earn more yield, pay the loan back. You keep what you earn. DEX aggregator, Tiny Man, all the DEXs, find you the best deal. That's where you swap at. So pretty dope. Got to give them the shout outs there. So check out Folks Finance. Now, to some Algorand news. This is what's been happening in the ecosystem. So Algorand staking is now live on crypto.com. Head to crypto.com app to begin your staking journey today. Crypto.com is one of my favorite apps for crypto. I've been using that one for a while. Recently used Coinbase more, but crypto.com for the first several years in crypto was only crypto.com that I use, even the card. So Algorand has staking there. So you can go to crypto.com. You can deposit some Algorand and earn from the node running, from the yields. And that's how I found Algorand in the first place. When they were sending algos directly to your wallet, I was on Coinbase and I was like, damn, you can earn 7%. Sign me up. So that's a win. And then Algorand, big news for Algorand in Japan. Algorand is now listed on Japanese exchange CoinTrade. So there we go. Algorand's in Japan. They're going to exchanges all around the world to make sure that they have visibility. So the Japanese market, good money. And here we go. This is a part of what Algorand is doing to put itself in position for Washington, D.C. in the United States. So make sure they can contribute. But here's the post. We're happy to announce that the Algorand Foundation has joined the Blockchain Association, a group that plays an essential role in advancing crypto policy in Washington and beyond. Our CLO, that's the Chief Legal Officer, Jenny Levin, will be working closely with the Blockchain Association on policy engagement and advocacy efforts. That's big. And again, the Blockchain Association, what's important about the Blockchain Association is that The Blockchain Association is everywhere. So here it is. A seat at the table. Why Algorand Foundation joined the Blockchain Association. So they break it all down here in this write-up. So I'll say most important is probably here. We're proud to join a coalition of builders, innovators, advocates working toward a future where blockchain serves everyone. I'm looking forward to contributing to important work what the Blockchain Association is doing, especially in areas like tokenization, access, and responsible governance. The Algorand Foundation has begun participating in key working groups, and I'm eager to collaborate with the peers across the industry to help ensure the U.S. policy supports open networks, global access, and long-term innovation. That's the word from Jenny Levin right there. So they have working groups that deal with stable coins, that deal with DeFi, layer ones, etc. Jenny, as a lawyer with a great background, she has also worked in crypto. She worked in big industries like DraftKings, Fortune 500 type companies. She gonna go out there, get a seat at the table, and help contribute to policy and law, which puts Algorand business and company visible. That's positive. Now, let's talk about what's happening for the Universal Chess Passport. I covered this a little while back, but I think this is important to talk about again. Using blockchain-based digital identity and verifiable credentials for chess. This proposal, developed with our partners at World Chess, introduces portable, verifiable credentials for chess players, bringing fairness, reputation, and rewards into one unified system. And the most important part here is this, in my opinion. If adopted, this Universal Chess Passport will allow chess players to independently manage their identity and credentials across chess platforms and organizations. This means that players could port their identity, achievements, records of play, rankings, and rewards across not only various online chess platforms, but seamlessly from the digital world to in-person games and tournaments. For chess organizations, it means simpler verification of player identities and records, a new tool for maintaining integrity across both online and offline tournaments, a simple solution for transparently adjusting player ratings across various federations and more. So basically, utilizing a digital identity on the blockchain to go in and do what I just explained: in-person events, online rewards, records, ratings, etc. One passport, easy to move. So that's the power of blockchain, and Algorand is on point to do that. A new blockchain system that's secure, portable, and verifiable. Now, as we slowly start to close out on this Algorand update, this is what's happening this summer. Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer Mark will be speaking at Rare Evo in August. I know he was there last year, but this year he's going back. And then he's going to be speaking and letting people know what's happening in the Algorand ecosystem. And I have to say, hey, Mark, you're doing a great job. I interviewed him last year at the Algorand conference, and cool guy. Talked to him online a few times. He's on point. He's putting Algorand on the map, I would say. Passive income. Gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals. Told my girl it was simple.